Look at the puppy. Oh, that's a good starting point. All right, welcome back to Life of Birch, and welcome to another failed video. Why am I exploring through some weird business park, and what do I mean by another failed video? The video that I set out to film is just not working out, and that seems to be a recurring theme. So today we're going to do a little bit of adventuring and exploring on the Rebel 1100 because we haven't in a while, and we're going to talk about all the work that goes in behind the scenes for a YouTube channel that people might not think of. And we're going to talk about how when life gives you lemons, you got to turn it into lemon vodka, or whatever the saying is. Ooh, what? Dude, look at that. Dude, okay, you cannot tell me that you can't be a badass biker and also still appreciate nature. Look at this beautiful butterfly. Are you kidding me? Here, buddy. Oh, you can fly? Okay, well, shows you how much I know about butterflies. I'm like, get him out of the road. He's gonna get run over. Oh yeah, cue the intro.
Perfect.
I'm so discombobulated, I did the welcome back to Life of Birch stuff before the intro even happened. I got my stuff all out of order. Alright, so what in the heck is going on today? Essentially, I set out to film a 0 to 60 video with the Rebel 1100 because I have a power commander that just came in. Ooh, I broke the secret just now. So I was trying to get like a baseline 0 to 60 run so that I could kind of compare and contrast once I got, oh, that's not where I'm going. So that I had like a baseline to compare and contrast once the power commander was on and tuned, just to like see how much faster, how much quicker it actually makes the bike. But as fate would have it, today is the only day that I have to do the video, and I set out earlier on a day that once again was supposed to be nothing but sunshine all day, and what do you know, as soon as I get out to start filming the video, it starts raining, and that obviously puts an end to that video because there's rain on the road as I'm trying to do a 0 to 60 test. And now that it's dried up a little bit, I'm coming through here trying to find, like, I saw a business park, so I'm like, oh, maybe I can do a 0 to 60 test there and not get bothered by anybody, but it seems pretty poppin' on all corners, so that's obviously not gonna happen. But look at how sick this is, dude. King of the castle. Anyway, yeah, so stuff like this happens way more often than you guys would think, and I was kind of inspired to turn lemons into lemonade vodka today and continue filming and talk to you guys because I was chatting with my subscriber turned friend Mike, aka Sir Rantalot 72. I think 72 is the number, and I was talking about how I just don't have time to do anything, and like that's what kind of I guess inspired me to do the live video working on the Rebel 500 instead of like actually filming and editing. I'm like, I just don't have time to do it, but I need to do it. And he's like, how do you not have time? Like, what all goes into it? And it wasn't in like a condescending way, so hopefully that didn't just sound like it, but essentially saying like kind of like the same viewpoint that lots of people have, where like you guys just see, all right, I'm not turning left, I'm getting impatient, where all you guys see is the 10 to 15 minute video that comes out of the adventure, but you don't see all the work that goes in behind the scenes. So that, yo, is a Rivian. That's actually the second Rivian that I've seen today. Those cool new like electric trucks. But yeah, essentially it's easy to see like, what is that like poster that's in every school book fair, like the tip of the iceberg, success, and then underneath it is like all the stuff that people don't see. Is this a business park that I could try? And ooh, that's sick too. Okay, it's closed off. What the do? Okay, lock it up, dude. What the hell's going on today? Let me gather my thoughts. Essentially, he was like, you put out a video a week, how much work actually goes into it? Not in a condescending way, but in like a genuinely curious, like, you say you don't have time, how much stuff you have going on? And I'm like, dude, there's just so much stuff behind the scenes of like working with brands and videos not working out that people don't see, and turn signals staying on. So anyway, we're at some nice pretty back roads, so let's ride some back roads and do some exploring and talk about all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people don't necessarily see. So if you haven't seen the channel before, essentially the drill is, that color is sick. Anyway, the drill is that I post every Sunday at noon. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe because you'll get a new video every Sunday at noon, except for last Sunday because I missed my post on a Sunday for the first time in like a year and a half or two. And essentially what happened is I have so much content that I need to film film, but not enough time to film it and edit it, that it just everything gets backed up. So finally last week I was like, you know what, enough is enough. I'm buckling down. I don't care how much I need to work. I'm gonna do a midweek video and I'm gonna do a Sunday video. Oh, here's this BMW. Let's go check this out. So essentially at the beginning of the week I filmed a video that I planned on putting out on Wednesday. Yeah, that thing is clean. And I filmed it, and what video was that? I don't even remember, but anyway, I filmed the video and then I went to edit it, and editing it took way longer than I thought it was going to. And what lots of people don't realize is, like, for a 10 to 15 minute video, depending on the context of the video, what type of video it is, how much B-roll, like secondary footage I put in there, how much audio engineering has to go on, videos can take anywhere from 10 to 20 hours just for the actual editing part of it. And beyond that, like, if you can, you know, you can make the best video in the world, but if nobody clicks on it and watches it, it doesn't matter. So there's a lot of pressure behind making sure that your thumbnail is as good as possible and your title is as good as possible. You know what, actually, let's backtrack a second. Let's take a step back and talk about even planning for the video. You got to make sure you have enough content to put out at least one video a week, maybe two. So at least a few hours a week are spent just planning, what videos am I going to do, what videos are worth my time, which ones should I prioritize over others, like what is just the strategy of the videos in the channel right now. Then once you figure that out, you got to go out and actually film them. So like the video last week I think was just like one of my like moto vlogs riding around. No, I lied. Last week the midweek video was the Wrecked Rebel Rebuild series part 3. So for that one, not only is it the planning and stuff, but then to film it, I'm by myself out there working on a motorcycle. Oh, you can see how the road is still wet here, so you guys actually believe that it was raining. But yeah, so I plan it out, I figure out that I'm going to do that video, and then I have to figure out, all right, like which parts am I installing today, get all that set up, go out there and get ready to start filming. And then I forget what I installed that day, but I think it took me probably 2 or 3 hours for the install, because again, even though I thought I had everything planned, the exhaust didn't fit, so I had to return the exhaust and blah 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 blah. So just by the time that I finished filming, between the planning, the setting up, the install, the tearing everything down, we're already, let's say, 5 hours into it. I hate blind curves when there's no yellow to divide everything. Isn't this freaking beautiful back here though? Alright, so we're 5 hours into it, and then I have to actually take the 2 or 3 hours of footage that I filmed working on the bike, and I have to edit it down into like a 12-minute video so that like you guys can see everything that happens, but you don't get bored, and you know, just get everything dialed in. I ended up being up until 2 or 3 a.m. the one night to get it done in time, and then the next day I had to take the rough draft that I had made and kind of dial that all the way in. So that's where I add any B-roll that it might need. Okay, I'm gonna Okay, sorry, that sounded really good, but I try to keep the RPMs low so that the exhaust doesn't drown out my voice, but it was just droning up that hill and I didn't want the audio to be messed up. But yeah, so then the next day, that's when I have to go through and actually like button up my rough draft, adding B-roll, doing all the audio stuff, and just really dialing everything in. And then that's when I had to make the thumbnail, and I had to do the title and everything like that. People don't realize just picking the thumbnail takes more brain power than I'd like to admit, and then editing it takes hours, because I do the fancy stuff where you have to like remove the background and outline it, and I really hate this turn. I didn't realize it was this road because I'm not trying to get smacked by a car. So yeah, we'll say between picking the thumbnail, editing it, and doing the title, honestly that's like another 3 to 5 hours right there. So I think I just lost track. Either way, you're like 20 to 30 hours in between planning, filming, editing, title, thumbnail, all that kind of stuff just for one video. So anyway, there's kind of a look into the stuff that goes into a video that people don't see, and I didn't even talk about like all the back end stuff where when you post a video you have to make sure the description is good, and you have to add the end screen, and you have to add tags so that YouTube knows what your video is about. So yeah, 20 to 30 hours into just that video, which went out on Thursday. And then I went to film, let's see what's down here. We said we were exploring, so let's actually explore. Check out some rich people neighborhoods on the 1100. So 20 to 30 hours in for that video, and now it's time to film and edit everything for Sunday Monday's video, which has to happen because I have to post a video on Sunday. Well, that video was supposed to be a nice, easy install video of the Memphis Shades fairing, and installs are usually pretty simple because they're straightforward. You know, you just got to show how it gets installed and explain it properly, and you know, the thumbnail and title are easy because it's, you know, it's just about installing something. So the title is something along the lines of like installing something, and the thumbnail is a picture of the something that's getting installed. Dude, these houses are freaking massive. So yeah, I'm like, you know what, this will be super simple. I love it. It'll be, and I mean, not super simple, but I'm like, oh, it'll be closer to like 20 hours instead of 30 hours for this video. 50-hour work week, that's not bad. Long story short, things just did not go the way that I thought they would. Not necessarily with the installation, but just one of those days where like I was so tired from staying up the other nights that the things that I was saying just weren't flowing. They weren't making sense. I live in a condo building and they're tearing all of the siding off of one of the buildings and like reinstalling it, and they were making so much freaking noise doing that, and my neighbors were coming up and talking to me during the install, and then I needed a bolt, but when I went to get the bolt, like the hardware store was closed, and then like I don't know, just everything. So long story short, I filmed that video, or as much of it as I could with the issues that happened, and then I was like, okay, I'll start editing this and then I'll finish filming the video tomorrow. Long story short, I spent another day of filming and editing, got the video pretty much finished, and was like, this video sucks. It doesn't show what I want it to show. Nothing that I say makes sense. It's not cohesive. If I were to watch this video, I would be like, this video sucks. And like Mr. Beast. Okay, and the camera died, further proving the point of all this stuff you guys don't see behind the scenes. Dude, do you ever see stuff like this and just be like, how did these frickin' rocks get here? Like, look at the size of these frickin' boulders, man. How did they get here, and why did they get here? What purpose do they serve? Are they protecting these trees if a car comes careening around this corner, or what's up? All right, how do I safely pull out of here? I don't know when my camera died, but the point that I was making was an inspirational quote about Mr. Beast, about how he's like, you know, I'm not here to just put out videos, I'm here to put out the best videos. Everybody talks about, oh, I'm spending all this money on my videos, but I don't care. I'm not here to make money, I'm here to put out the best videos. So essentially what I'm saying is that is kind of what inspires me sometimes when I see a video that I finish and I'm like, is it good enough? And I'm like, if I have to ask that, then it's probably not, and why am I going to waste my subscribers' time with something that like I know is not up to par? So yeah, I scrapped that entire video and then realized that part of the struggle of why the video was not working out is because I had actually gotten the wrong windscreen, and now I'm waiting on the right windscreen to come in. Not the fairing, the windscreen. I'm waiting for it to come in so that I can refilm the video for a third time, technically, I guess. Oh, hey, look, my turn signal's on again. Just to be clear, this is not me bitching. I guess you could call it a rant, if anything, but it's pretty much just to like shed light on what goes on behind the scenes that people don't realize. And it was just inspired by the conversation that I had with Mike yesterday, and conversations that I've had with tons of people in my life, because, you know, you watch a 10 to 15 minute video and you're like, oh, that probably took a half hour to 2 hours of his life in order to create this, and you don't realize that the videos themselves actually do take dozens and dozens of hours. Yo, dude, are those... Okay, I shouldn't have slammed on the brakes like that. Is this the other side of the bison farm? No, those are cows. Okay, never mind. I gotta get out of the road. And now I'm bogging down and jumping around. Oh my god, lock it up today, dude. Somewhere around here there's like a bison farm, like bison or buffalo or something like that, and I thought that was it, but it was not. Those were cows. It is beautiful out, holy crap. But yeah, so I don't know, lots of you guys I feel like have been interested in hearing about all the behind the scenes stuff, and normally I only tell all this stuff to my Patreon members because I feel like they are the ones that are most invested in my... No, that was gonna sound bad. I was gonna say most invested in my career. I more mean like, I know for a fact they've told me that they like hearing the behind the scenes stuff like that, and I'm not sure if just like the casual viewer is as interested as they are. And you know, outside of that, that's just the videos themselves. That doesn't include the fact that, you know, every week there's hours upon hours of communicating with brands to figure out, you know, is it a good fit for us to work together? Do I want them to send me these parts to install, or whatever the case may be? Like I had, for the first time, I guess I'm cool enough for a video game to reach out to me and want me to do one of those ad reads. So it's like, it's all the time spent going back and forth with someone like that, where they send the original email and you read it and you have to figure out, okay, do I want to work with them? And then if you figure it out, then you have to reach back out to them and give them your rates. But you know, you've never done this before, so what the are your rates even? And then you gotta wait for them to respond to see if their rates are in line with your rates and all this stuff, only for it to end up not working out. So yeah, very easily this can become a time-consuming job, and God bless Nina for putting up with all of it, because like it is some serious frickin' sacrifice to get to this point and to continue progressing. And ooh, tunnel. This is probably gonna blow my mic apart, but let's listen. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let me duck down behind here, hoping the wind doesn't hit my microphone so that it can be quieter. All right, I think we're slow enough that the audio is good. Oh, dude, these are the buffalo. These are the buffalo. Are these the buffalo? I think these are the buffalo. Let's see. Anyway, Nina is a saint, because it takes a lot for somebody who's used to 9 to 5 type stuff to put up with somebody who's working 24/7 and just trying to figure life out. Oh no, those are the cows. Those are some big horns on that cow, but I think the buffalo are over there. Oh, that's rusty barbed wire. All right. Okay, so the video's not out yet, so I'm not going to say too much about it, but how good does this fairing look? I have friggin' love this thing. I can bitch all I want, but knowing that this has created the opportunity for me to do this full time and turn my bike into this is freaking great. Yo, did my exhaust blow the Velcro off of this? What the f? Okay, that's it's on there now, but I think my exhaust blew the freaking Velcro off. What the hell, dude? Lots of you guys have said that you love the ADD aspect to the stuff that I do and me getting off topic and stuff, so hopefully I'm not going too overboard by including it in there, because previously I used to think that videos had to be nice and polished and I would take all of that stuff out or like leave minimal of it in there, but lately I've been trying to do a better job at like leaving who I actually am included in the videos as much as I can. Look at this cow. What's up, boy? What's up? All right, can we see the buffalo from here? Yeah, dude, they're through there. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I don't know how to best get a view of that for you guys, but you have to believe me that those are actual like bison or buffalo or whatever. So yeah, lots of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people do not see, but that leads us into talking about how we can turn lemons into lemon goats, dude. Look at the baby goats. No chance. I'm standing up looking at goats, baby. Let's go. Can we see the bison? Look at those. Look at the bison. Look at the bison. Oh, that's a cop. Oh, that's a cop. Okay, all right, all right. Dude, what the f is going on in today's video? Watch me get pulled over by a cop and he's like, why are you standing up? And I'm like, did you see the buffalo? And he's like, no. And I'm like, neither did I until I stood up. So yeah, before the goats distracted me, let's talk about how we can use all of this as a lesson to turn lemons into lemonade vodka or lemonade, whatever your thing is. You know, life throws curveballs at all of us. Sometimes it's in the form of your videos not working out for 2 weeks straight. Sometimes it's in the form of, you know, your girlfriend that you've been dating for 5 years breaking up with you. Sometimes it's in the form of your dream job, you interview for it and you don't get it. Sometimes it's in the form of someone that we love passing away. Curveballs can be anything and they always suck, sometimes more than others, but you know, as cheesy as it is, life is what you make of it. I could have had all this happen to me and let life beat me up and turn into one of those woe is me people that's like, oh my gosh, why does all this stuff happen to me? I can't believe it. Or I could have the mindset of nothing happens to me, everything happens for me. And that's not a mindset that I've always had, but I've definitely caught on to that recently, and it's just another way of saying the cliche, like everything happens for a reason. And it doesn't matter if you believe it or not, it's true. You look back at things and you realize how everything fits together to get you to where you are now. For example, at one point when my life was totally spiraling out of control, I was hammered drunk and I got in an argument with somebody about God. That person was my best friend. That's not what you do. That's just a recipe for disaster. And what do you know? One thing led to another. I ended up punching something and I shattered my hand. Shattered. Destroyed it. And had to get a surgery. Pins in my hand, bolts, plates, the whole 9 yards. Where am I? Dude, what the heck? This would be a nice 0 to 60 strip if it weren't for the fact that I'm in a nice neighborhood. And at the time, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. And yeah, you can imagine how bad it was and how long the healing process was. I literally had pins sticking out of my hand, and in order to remove them, they had to take pliers and pull them out. I mean, they were medical pliers, but it, you know, like I had to watch somebody pull metal out of my hand. And at the time, it was the worst thing that had ever happened to me. But in hindsight, that caused me to slow down and calm down and stop being a little head freaking partying and raging and fighting people. Then it forced me to calm down. Not only that, but at the time I was a server at a restaurant, and shout out to that restaurant. They that was actually what led me into being a restaurant manager. I was like, dude, my hand is shattered, I can't serve. And they were like, well, we got your back, let's throw you some hourly management shifts if you want to get trained for that. And I'm like, all right. So I started doing hourly management stuff. This area is insane. Start doing hourly management stuff, and next thing I know, within a few months, I'm getting shipped off to training to be a full-time salaried manager. And you know, I feel like I can confidently say that even though shattering my hand was the worst thing that happened to me at that time, if it weren't for that happening, I never would have become a restaurant manager, or at least not that quickly. And that kind of also very quickly showed me, dude, that is the ultimate chill spot out back. Can we be friends? That very quickly showed me you have to grow up and take responsibility for because when you're a 24-year-old and suddenly you're thrown into a management role where you're the only one in the building that is in charge of the 30 employees that are in there, it's kind of time to buckle down and get your together and stop going out and partying so you can come in and be a responsible leader. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest, dude, I know there's a dead body hidden down there somewhere. Look at that rat rod looking thing. This house is goals, straight up. That is beautiful. Oh, and the golden retrievers or the labs or whatever outside. This area is sick. So yeah, that's a very long and drawn out thing about turning lemons into lemonade. Instead of letting life get me down with everything going wrong seemingly with the YouTube channel lately, essentially what it forced me to do is get out and make this video talking to you guys, and that is exactly what I've been needing because I just haven't been liking the direction of the channel lately. I've had too many obligations with installs and the Rebel 500 build and stuff like that, and it's taken away from the time that I can come out here and just share my life with you guys and talk to you guys. And I don't know, I feel like ever since I became a full-time YouTuber, I've been kind of forced, because it's my full income. When I go to make a video, I spend less time focusing on what is this going to do for the community that I'm building, and I spend more time focusing on what can I do to ensure that I get the most views possible to build the channel and make sure that this income is sustainable. And I kind of take the community that we've built here and I feel like I've put it on the back burner for the past few months, where like the thing that got me, yo, he's chilling. The thing that got me to this point is being community centered and focusing on you guys. And yeah, so hopefully that made sense. Look out, squirrel, what the hell? So essentially, too long didn't read, or whatever they call it, cliff notes. All I'm saying is there's a lot of that goes on behind the scenes that people don't realize, and when life throws you some lemons and life kicks you when you're down, you gotta do whatever you can to get back up stronger and make some really good lemonade out of it. And sometimes you gotta take some lemon vodka and pour it in there to say F it and keep going. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Hopefully I gave some of you guys some inspiration. Hopefully my pond. Let's turn around right here, because yes, I'm gonna end the video looking at this pond because I friggin' love frogs and friggin' salamanders and stuff, and I'm gonna use this as the thumbnail for the video. Anyway, chase your dreams, people, and thank you so much to my Patreon members who allow me to chase my dreams. You guys like that segue? Because I think it was pretty sick. That was off the top of the dome, too. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, mother heckers.
Oh, so basic. Hope you play this. Damn, I prayed it. Nice song, and I became this. Oh, souls fake it. Paid those placements. Fuck shit. And I'm still waiting on the brighter days. Been a minute, been rough many times more. And I'm kicking rocks to a sky of gray. Praying hard, talk to me before I'm done for.